Let me say good morning, folks. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are across the world. This is 2A Radio TV African Actions Network. We broadcast to you live from Pennsylvania, USA. Currently, we are in central Liberia, Bong County, to be specific, Gbarnga City, and we are currently at the oldest public high school in the county. This is the Gboveh Jolokanan High School. As you are seeing here from this arc, and so we tend to do a little tour because this happens to be the biggest public school in central part of Liberia. And so we thought to make a stop, do a little tour, and ascertain what are the unfoldings here. And so many thanks for joining us. You can leave your comments. You can do as much as possible in sharing this broadcast. My name is Ta Yubi Garnet, and I'm currently in the central part of Liberia, Gbarnga City. As you can see, this is the road that leads from the main route, the Kanta Highway, and moving up to the Gboveh High School and onward to the Bong Technical College. And so let's move on this morning to enter on this campus to know what are the happenings there. We've been informed that the principal will also love to speak with us following this tour in person of Reverend P. Harvey Willie Jr. And my name is Ta Yubi Garnet. You can kindly share the broadcast as well. This is African Actions Network, and I'm coming to you live this May week morning from the central part of Liberia, specifically Gbarnga City. And so, as you can see here, and I'm opting to get in touch with the principal so that he can actually join us in doing this tour across this facility. Is a very big campus. It's a very, 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 very big campus. Uh, Very big public school here in this part of the country. And I've been informed that it's the biggest public school in central Liberia. So I thought to make a stop and find out what are the happenings here. And the motto of this school is Imha. Okay, and that's just it. As you can see here, the Dollar Colin Gboveh High School. Sorry, I may not speak the vernacular well. That is a very strong well-name, but as much as possible. This is the motto of this institution, as you can see up here, in high. And there's a bulletin board that was prepared by the 2018-2019 graduates of this institution, then headed by Mr. P. Konka and Co. And at the time, Honorable Aman N. Vavi was the county education officer. And so we are still taking a walk, and I've been informed that this was a student council project, and indeed it is inscripted there as well. But that was the student council government of 2018-2019. It's a very beautiful bulletin board. But let's look at some of the other artifacts they have on the campus. And this is where they hoist the flag. I'm seeing the flag there of Bong County as well as the flag of the Republic of Liberia. And afar you can see the Palava Hut. And so we get more historicity of some of these structures here. But let's try to meet the principal in this administrative building. And I've been informed that it also houses the District 1 Education Officer of Bong County. And so let's move on. Teachers are here.
So tomorrow they want to administer.
So this is the administrative floor. So I'm trying to reach into the principal of the much talk about Gboveh High School in central part of Liberia, Bong County to be specific, Gbarnga City. And we just bumped into him already. And so he's already prepared to speak with us. He's Reverend P. Harvey Willie Jr. PR, welcome to African Actions Network.
Welcome. Welcome to Gboveh.
Thank you. It's such a big campus.
Oh, yeah, it is.
How long have this institution been existing, if I may ask?
For some 64 years now.
64 years. Oh, my word.
64 years.
How long have you been here serving as principal?
A year now.
A year.
Because I took over June 18 last academic.
Okay.
Yeah. Up to present. So it's been a year plus now.
So let's talk a little bit. I'm seeing a lot of trophies up there, so you can know that this school has also been winning some awards. But as much as
biggest high school in Bong.
Yes, obviously, I'm aware of that as well. That's what prompted us to actually move in and ascertain happiness in here. But as much as possible, you met Gboveh as the principal just a year ago. How did you meet the school, and where are we currently?
Well, the school, when I took over, there have been a lot of, there were a lot of leadership challenges, administrative challenges when I took over. Many, they have changed principals for more than 2 or 3. In one academic, they changed their principals for more than 2 or 3 times, and because of leadership problem, crisis they had. And at the time, firstly, I was serving as district superintendent for the United Methodist Church in Bong County, Gbarnga District Conference, where I was spearheading a little over 20,000 members. And then later on, I became the dean for the College of Education at the Bong County Technical College. And hearing from here, I was spending all my years of my life here, and knowing that Gboveh is our mother school, they decided to put the position in the eye. And then it was from that point that I wrote, and I was being vetted by the county educational board. And from there, I decided to come around on my services I did to put our school back to April status. And since June 18 to present, I attend the activities on campus. You see the auditorium, the renovation work that was done there, all those things were all wood. And then I took over with the Hours project. I was able to get some money, recondition the entire building, and then started checking up and setting up the principal's office, doing some painting, working on the students' movement. And wow, so sooner or later you'll be seeing the gate at the entrance point. We'll be putting this place in the fence. We have resurveyed the land, the property of Gboveh, because there are a lot of squatters on the property of the land. So
how many acres are we talking about?
We're talking about a little over 100 acres.
Oh my word!
Yeah, and so we have resurveyed that. Right now, the deed is in the court. They are probing it because we want Gboveh to regain its previous status as model school of this county. And overwhelmingly, just my first class, because when I took over June, it was a borough class, and then I managed to graduate them. But for now, this going last Friday, which was around the 28th of October, was successful in graduating 468 students.
468 12th graders.
Yeah. In fact, first of its kind, the commencement couldn't have taken place on campus. We had to move to a school stadium. There where we had a lot of people. The school stadium was jam-packed. I mean, people celebrated. I mean, parents started revamping themselves, putting themselves together for the golf.
Talking about 468 plus.
That's just the senior student.
12th graders. How many classes do they occupy?
4 classes.
4 classes. Yeah. So let's look at the 2022-2023 academic year. Let's look at the student intake. Are you facing challenges? There's a public school and tuition-free issue will always give parents the zest to send their kids here because of economic hardship in Liberia.
Yeah, a lot of challenges. Firstly, we want to extend our gratitude to the former minister for presidential affairs, Norman Gill, and that of our lawmaker, Josiah Marvin Cole, who served as our keynote speaker for this graduation. Last academic, we had this scholarship committee that came in and pronounced a free education for students at Gboveh and some other schools. With that, the enrollment was huge. A lot of students came with a lot of challenges. But since this year, that scholarship has not been pronounced, you see that eventually our enrollment has dropped. And to be fair from with you, parents just need to take charge of their responsibility. I know they've been doing extremely well, they've been doing their best, but according to government policy, all of our like welfare, annually the student pay 4,000 every now annually.
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 Senior high, junior high.
No, it is the senior high school.
Only senior students.
Yeah, 10, 11, 12.
Okay.
So, and then the PTA went to work and had a meeting. And at that meeting, the PTA agreed on us, on the parents paying 1,002, making it up to 5,000. Actually, they should pay 3,000. Sorry,
3,000.
Yeah, they should pay 3,000. I'm going to government fees. They should be paid $3,000. That's government fees. And then the parents, after that meeting, they agreed that hey, they are not expensive in running the school. So we parents will amend the 3,000 with 1,200 for 5 cement blocks. And then meaning that annually they're going to be paying like all the students in here, each of them going to pay like 4,200 now. To even collect the 4,200 now is a major challenge. You go to the classes are jam packed, and for them to pay that money, right now we got a little over 1,000 students on campus, but less than 700 have registered. Every time it's we got money, this, that, and our quest is for them to learn. So we are employing all of the strategies for making sure that they remain. So let's then use strategies and see how we can raise this money for them to remain in school. And then for the blocks that it brought, we got a little over 10,000 blocks now. The school is vulnerable in terms of security. If you tour the campus, you see that we need fence. If the school is fenced in, you will not see pedestrians just moving in during session time, the motorcyclists moving in, then you have this mini boys moving in, I mean, there will be some security, especially so in the 21st century. School as such should have some security. And I think the fence is the first priority.
So that's a priority currently to ensure that welfare is fenced.
So as we walk all day, we see the blacks, we are calling on our luminaries and the states, they have been doing well. Dennis a year. Aaron Gode, they are part of the Alumni Association of Gboveh in the states. They have been helping, and we still calling on to them. These are some of the challenges we are facing.
Talking about help and assistance, that brings to mind a question, because earlier on you did mention that parents had to come together along with the teachers and to ensure that they amend the fees a little bit to ensure that administrative issues are well settled here. Do you get subsidies from government?
Well, no. The 1,200 the parents put in, that we are fully and solely responsible for security. So we have to pay our security out of that 1,000. The Meremy cooks, those who cook the food on campus, Meremy provide the food and we provide the cooks. And we pay the cooks. We got a little over 6 cooks, we have to pay them. And then just imagine, this is the one that can beat my imagination. We've got a little over 1,200 students and you got to cook for them every day. Many will have to buy wood. Under the same 1,200. So it's really management. And unfortunately for us, welfare has not been captured into the current budget.
The national budget?
The national budget.
But this should be a multilateral house.
Of course, but welfare is not captured. I spoke this before with the vice president of the Republic of Bro, Honor, Excellency, Mother Taylor. She was right in the office and sitting right in the seat. I said that to her when she came for the County 12 Reconciliation Conference. Being the Principal Association President of Bong County, I was able to speak on behalf of the Principal Association. I also flagged that in with respect to pensions and retirement benefits for our teachers. I also flagged those issues. And then I call our lawmakers one by one. We talk about it. All I could get is be patient. If both have been captured into the current budget, I think that money will have been used there to fence in the school. We won't have that headache or that kind of thing. But both is not captured into the current budget. I challenge it. Your journalists search it up, research it, and you will see the result.
I'm staring deeply because it's scary.
Sure.
But
This is not the first time I've been saying it. All of the media practitioners that have come from office and all of the platforms that have been invited to have.
okay, there have been some TVET programs launched across Liberia at various multilateral public high schools. Was Gboveh also captured?
The TVET that affected both. You know, I just took over a year now. A TVET that captured both. I find that you can have a model, you can call the school a multilateral. The students graduating from a multilateral cannot even thread a needle, cannot even put a bonding on the shirt. You know how to do some pastry work and what have you. So before we come, they have a private computer on group called this Liberia, and they are using our tap flow. So we encourage our students to get in there to see how best, I mean, they can work with them and they will gain some skills. But the vice president or on, but the Taylor bill structure at the annex to this building that was going to be the multilateral component that which we expect that boys and boys should be trained in there in different disciplines added to what they are learning academically. And she myself also spoke about that. She said she was going to send some people to come and do research. She was going to make sure how work in that. But yet, I still we still waiting her. Probably she put some stuff together. As long maybe she get ready. She will also.
Let's do a little throwback. Probably this could have been an age-old problem. Let's look at Gboveh's pre-war status. Well, there's some programs that are now currently being funded in the school.
No, during the period status, I attended Banga Middle School of my life. I was there at the boy, father Gboveh tribe. But at that time, Gboveh was not declared as a model.
Okay.
Gboveh had never been a model. I think it was the vice president in collaboration with some of the police that decided to declare Gboveh a model. And it was not bad that she even went personally to have erected the annex where in training should have been taking place. But since they erected that annex, I've not heard about any TVET going on there. And the building, the structure is here. Making sure it's clean up, it's not up, you know. We just need some minor work to be done, and then we put in the TVET. But the TVET are not actually effective.
Okay, let me just borrow this from about Instant. Many are the academic chairs, but rare are the wise and noble teachers. Talk about your style a little bit.
Okay. Oh yeah, Gboveh has complete and qualified staff. Government has done excellent in recruitment of staff. At Gboveh, from our classroom, if you have a BSc, they can even pass 3. Most of our lecturers there are in a master's. Most of our professional people that have had classroom experiences, gone through the methodology. I mean, that's why one of the reasons that one of the secret behind my students coming successful.
So that brings to mind the question: how was the past WATS result?
That's excellent. We send in 473 students, and at the end of the day, we zero in with 468.
5 students only.
Yeah,
For that
5 students.
Well, that is an achievement.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. And I hope that this new senior students will do better than that.
How many senior students do you have this academic?
We've got a little over 400 because those scholarships still coming in, donors are still coming in. Some students are still, like I told you, that they are dragging that legs on the registration process, expecting that all the teachers will come in, all our donors will come in to help, you know, just support us. So they'll have a zero in cut-off point time when you come to registration. Sometimes it can be really challenging for managing it. Yeah.
Okay, do a tour, but let's look at the hygienic condition. Is it okay as per your expectation?
Yeah, the only disappointment we have, or the hitch we have here has to do with the water facilities on campus. Because we have a single well, single hand pump. And that hand pump is being used for the kitchen, it's being used for the bathroom. But with the toilet facilities, I mean, it's perfect because wax erected a lot of burning non-urea, there's some other urea, there's some stuff. And even on the campus itself, we have some other facilities here that we can use. But the challenge, the major challenge we have here is the water pump system. We only have a single hand pump, and that hand pump, even the community dwellers are also hanging on that. So most of the time, in 1 month time, we'll have to recondition that pump like 2-3 times. That's the challenge we have.
I'm so much more concerned also. Prior to the opening of school for academic 2022-2023, the MCSS boss in Monrovia held a press conference and he displayed uniforms that were designed by MCSS school system to be marketed to students, parents, or so forth. How do you do this issue of uniform here? Do you also sell uniforms or you give it out to the students and the parents?
The students, though, both of us stand for.
Yeah, sure. I'm just using that as a reference.
No, the parents get the uniform
from outside. Yeah. Okay, so there is no sale of uniform on this campus.
No.
Okay, I just thought to clear that. I'm using MCSS as a reference because I witnessed that. Okay, now let's move on quickly before we can start with the tour. I'm so much more concerned also, sir. Let's look at the intake of female students here and some of the well-being. Do they have people coming in to assist them, probably bring them rations and stuff like that? You can talk about that a little bit?
Joel Starfish Foundation got some students here, and there was another group. There was some female group that always come here. They give them some stuff. I mean, pay some fees towards them. I think there's a female group, but they're always around. They always come around, pay some fees for them, give them books, give them shoes, money for transportation, feeding, and what have you. So, I mean, in that direction, our females have been taken care of. I mean, more concern are like father to them. Yeah, a lot of people are concerned about female education.
So have these concerns in any way prompted their enrollment?
Of course. Right now, the enrollment of female to male is competitive, very competitive. And then with the feeding program on campus also helping, the nearest meal also helping greatly. I think the Liberian government should have a day to honor mirror meal in this country because they are doing exceptional. They are helping to keep our students in school. Can you imagine some of our students feed on the mirror meal daily? Without the mirror meal, they won't have anything because they come from villages.
Like seriously?
Seriously. And I wish you would be around when you're taking that meal so you can do some grasp of what I'm saying. I wish you would really be around. Then you would understand what I'm saying. It's not just exaggerating the story, but it's real life. If you will have an opportunity to talk with a few of them, then you will see what I'm talking about. Look, it gets so challenging for them Saturdays and Sundays. Because Saturday we're not in school, Sundays we're not in school, no meal cooking. But Monday, meal now can be very challenging.
After you fasted for 2 days.
So I mean, it's
quite
challenging,
interesting, but it's serious.
It's
very serious.
So Mirami is doing extremely well for the student population in this country.
So what are the hours of the day that you keep the students in school here?
They like the 12 graders and the 10 graders will come, post their flag about 7:30, 8 o'clock classes starts, and they leave by 1:30. 10:30 they take their recess. 1:30 they're going to be leaving, and at that 1:30 they're going to be taking that meal. Then the 10th graders, because of the population, we can't bring the 10th graders, the 11th graders, and 12th graders together. My brother, they will want to
like seriously.
It will be more university. so the 10th graders alone come by 1 o'clock or 1:30. They do all that flag and this and that by 1:30. They get seated in. Right? About 4, 5 o'clock, they take their meal.
So does it in any way uh, raise eyebrows that you need additional structures on this campus to accommodate all the students at a particular hour?
Of course.
But
Of
you
course.
talk about 100 acres following your recent
Yeah,
survey.
but we have the land space, it's just the resources, the financial resources to do some additional building. With that wish we look at. I'm looking at it strongly to see when I could try to see what I can write some pen papers on to see what we can do additional formal classes. So at least the 10 graders will have the opportunity to come in.
So you agree that you run 2 sessions here, morning and afternoon.
Yeah.
Same teaching staff?
Yeah, we've got the same teaching staff. We've got some, they are mixed up teaching staff.
Some
Because
come
they
in
are
the
employed by
afternoon
government.
and some come in the morning. That's a good one. If you make it, we take a tour across the facilities, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, wherever you are, I hope you are leaving your comments. Share the broadcast. This is African Actions Network. My name is Ta Yubi Garnett. We are currently at the Gboveh Senior High School in Gbangka, Bong County, and we are in conversation with the principal, Reverend P. Harvey Willie. And I think this is one of the offices, if you may.
The office of the vice principal.
Okay. I'm sensing some level of gender sensitivity. I'm seeing a female seated.
That's the vice principal.
Okay.
Administration. This is the Gboveh.
So what do we do next? And so we are now taking a tour along with the principal, such school counselor.
She is the female counselor assigned by the Ministry of Education. The first female counselor assigned.
First.
Ministry, yeah.
Okay. Congratulations.
This is Maureen Jao. So we have class section,
Okay.
activity section, and we can go this way. One of our classes. You know, we divided them into science and arts classes. So the arts classes were credit.
And the past and you say what? Started. And the past participle you use the three happy verb, right? One will be what? Has, have,
A very big campus it is. 12A, 12B, now we are in 12C.
There's an art student.
serious victim. And your mind just want to what I'm talking about. You're suffering for it. As we speak. So because you are victims, you are serious victims of that, you say it will not happen again. It will not happen because
That's we are collecting for the fence project.
Okay.
Black fencing project for security.
So these classrooms are not in use currently.
They're not even used to go how to use them to stop our blocks.
And the entire compound stops here? The compound stops here. This is
When you got BCT and BCTC behind it, that's
okay, the Bong County Technical College.
yeah, it falls within the property of the school.
Okay, that's excellent. So these are the bricks already available for the fence project.
The same condition.
Okay. So you already have bricks area stockpile. When are you intending to start?
Funding, additional funding.
Okay. Okay. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So you also have commercial motorcycles at 10 years. I'm seeing
Yeah.
a lot of
These are
commercial
student buses. One of the advertisers. Even the
okay.
Huh? Press this thing. Are you there? Can you press this
This
thing?
class seems not to hold
Can
anything
you press
anymore.
2? Can you press equal? I don't know the number. Call it what I want. So some of you, wait. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving Day, and yes, tomorrow is Friday, right? Yeah, Friday is another day in school. So by God's grace, next week when we come back, we will start from where we stopped. We'll continue.
people doing small. What's still doing?
Yeah, fine. Can I just grab something from what you guys are doing? Yeah, sure.
The main conclusion was very clear, right? Yes. So on that note, the point we're not giving correctly. So we are worried instead of 20 points, we give it 10 points. Alright. So you understand? Yes. You are whatever manufacturer. No, a family manufacturer, you are not supposed to be a whatever manufacturer. Which is that you compare the question but not according to my paper by the competition you are with data to it. So I cannot manage on him. You understand? That's what the teacher gave you a question. One is that you're not answering according to the law, right? But the way you understand it, so you see. So we now proceed to the fourth question. Alright. The third question read. The third question read. A organism that lay on complete my question. Why?
Organism that lay on another organism for food. It's covered. Take the other bit. Take it.
That was very interesting just now.
I got a bill. So you give me the bill now, current online, all kinds of things. Oh, no.
So now they are using the Asian style. And so, folks, if you are following, it's quite an interesting tour this afternoon. It is now on the Gboveh High School campus, and very interesting tour it is. We are now out of the administrative hall, and we are moving on to the auditorium.
all here was all wood. And
Okay.
then from the hours project, we were able to have done all the work, recondition, change the window glasses, the glasses, put in the window. That's the annex we talk about the model lateral component
Okay.
that the vice president
She
erected.
she
Yes.
constructed that.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good one.
For the model lateral component, where only we do the T-deck.
Is it part of the wash project?
Yeah. So right now, this is not in use, but
Okay.
we have the extra one and the carry. So this is what the
This was
vice president,
constructed by the vice president.
yes,
Okay.
purposely for the T-deck.
And so let's look at the stretch out there. The land extends on that side.
Along all the way down, all the way. So we have enough property to erect. We have enough land space to erect additional buildings to house all of our students in the morning hours.
Okay.
And
And
that
so
will need the funding.
electricity. You have EDC. I'm hearing generator sound. You have one here as
We
well.
have a standby generator
Okay.
for the institution, and then the institution is also hooked up with EDC. So in the absence of EDC, we put our standby generator to have our work done.
Okay, sir. I think we've asked a lot. Is there anything you care to comment about that we didn't ask you, if you may?
Well, I just want to call on the Alumni Association in country and in the diaspora, and then other philanthropic organizations, whosoever God has laid on our heart to come to be a blessing unto our institution. We'll be so glad as you watch the video and share it. We'll be so glad to hear from them. So we can follow your link and we can also get our information. You can just check on Gboveh website and get it.
Okay. Your name again?
I'm Reverend P. Harvey Willie Jr., the principal of the program Gboveh Advice.
Okay, folks. With that, we called it a day on this exclusive tour here at the Gboveh Multilateral High School. Sorry for a tongue twisting earlier on. I think that has been inculcated in their name, so they are a multilateral now, as he said. And so, moving forward, many thanks to all of you that followed us this morning up to the afternoon hours. Those that left their comments, you can kindly share the broadcast. This is about Liberia, and I think we must put Liberia first. My name is Ta Yubi Garnet, coming to you live from Central Liberia, Bong County, Gbarnga City to be specific. And we are on our way again to another county. It's just a long tour across Liberia. It's a May week, and tomorrow happens to be Thanksgiving Day. So we are opting to interact with more of these public facility administrators across the country. So many thanks to Patience Blair Atto, who set the pace for this entire broadcast. She brought a stream broadcast to you from Pennsylvania and USA. And so many thanks, Patience, for always being there. Very hard working lady she is. But until then, my name is Ta Yubi Garnet, bidding you a wonderful, wonderful rest of the May week from the city of Gbarnga in central Liberia.
Yes, sir.